Hey y'all, before I start this video, when I recorded the footage, some of it refused to look better. Like some clips look fine and great, and then other clips look like it came straight from the Game Boy, no color. I just want you to know that even when I tried to raise the bitrate, sometimes it just didn't want to look that good. And if I raised the bitrate too hard, my PC isn't that strong at recording and playing games at one time. So it was kind of it was going through it. That's all I gotta say. But I hope you stay tuned and enjoy the video. So, I've been playing Granbruise for the last few weeks since it came out, and it's become one of my favorite fighting games as of late. I've been playing this game like when New Year's happened. Like New Year's Day, the morning, I was still playing the game. That's different. That's different love. I've never done that before. Besides the fact that out of all the times that I decide to play a fighting game and make it my favorite, this has to be the time that I choose Best Girl La Diva, who happens to be a grappler. Why do I, God's strongest grappler, have to be tormented by these sinners? But at least I have a fox girl from Texas to help pick me up. And this game is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is an amazing fighting game. I love playing against all matchups minus Nier, but you can just hit the... I played Persona, so I kind of get it, but it's still annoying when I get hit by the combo. But besides the fighting game, this game also happens to have Fall Guys. Yeah, it wasn't on the first part of my list too when I saw the reveal on that. Don't get me wrong, the fighting game's amazing. I love playing that game so much. But I've never had a more burning desire to earn first place on every mini game on this list and win the beautiful fish avatar. So before we start this journey, make sure to pick your favorite avatar, pick your favorite color, go roll in the gacha if you like to get some better looking weapons, even though I really like the Vern weapons, and then we wait for us to matchmake. Sometimes it's pretty fast, sometimes it takes pretty long, yeah. Hopefully your luck is pretty good, and we can just get started. We go through 3 games to weed out the competition. The first set of 2 games are races on 2 different maps, or what I call them, Spiral and Rockets. This is a simple get to the end of the race competition. I'll compete with missiles, cannons, gears, pits, walls that you have to hit, trampolines, invisible staircases. Yeah, I could keep going, but there's just a lot of stuff in here, and I don't think you want to be bothered with me talking about every single thing that's here. But this is a very, very standard one. Just get to the end and fight your way. So, the game will start up. You're in like a little group of a bunch of people. Now, your first thing that I want you to do is I want you to hold that attack button. I want you to charge it up until you start seeing orange. And then once you have it fully charged, I want you to hit the first person that you see. Anyone. I don't care. What happens here is that whoever gets hit gets stunned for a small bit of time and then is just unable to move forward. This is very advantageous if someone's like right in front of you and you just want them out of your way. If you just hit them like a little bit, like regular, like if you just tap the button, they will just get pushed a little bit forward, which is actually hurtful to you. You want them behind you. You want to win. You walk up for a little bit and then boom, you see this rainbow crystal calling out your name. These are the item boxes of this game, and they have a plethora of different items on here that you can use to your advantage or just to make another person's day worse. First, I'll be going through the weapons that are showcased. The sword. Swipe to do a moderate knockback or hold to do a lot of knockback. This is just a basic upgrade to what you were already doing. Like, instead of a stun, it just knocks people back for a fully charged one. But if you just slap them a lot, it knocks them back really far compared to like a regular hand slap. The bow. Shoot to explode to create knockback against other opponents, or you can use it on yourself to blow yourself up. You can also charge to change in close range, and when I mean you can blow yourself up, this is what I mean. You know, this is actually so genius, I might do this myself. Engage. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. Do not look at the amount of times I tried to do this. Please do not. The gun. Shoot small bullets that do a little knockback. You can shoot them at one person to just make them continuously jump in the air for a little bit. Also, this is pretty good to just stop someone from trying to charge up and hit and attack you. So if you're about to get hit by something, just shoot them. There's the katana, which I actually like a little bit more than sword because you're able to just swipe a few times and do like moderate knockback as well in like a kind of wide range. But if you hold the attack button, you'll stop in place. But everyone in the circle will now get hit by your attack and stun them for a bit. The axe. It's the same as the sword, but oh my god, this knockback is insane. If you land it. Like, you're basically screaming to the opponent like, hey guys, I'm charging it up. It's coming down to you. It's coming. Like, nothing's going to change. The wand. It makes you grow big and invincible, which is pretty good for later mini games where you fight for dominance. So having something like this is pretty good just to keep things moving. You don't lose speed either, so it's just a good item. The spear will track down whoever's in first place and blow them up. This is pretty similar to like the blue shell in Mario Kart, but it kind of just does an area effect. Actually, it is just the blue shell, never mind. But weapons aren't the only thing that we have to use. There's also regular items like the ice. You can use this to slip around your opponents and actually take advantage in narrow areas. There's also the Friday Shrimp, which is just a really good landmine basically that you can use to blow people up, but don't use it too close to yourself because you'll also get tripped up. Also something that I call the Vern Juice, which turns everyone who is not you into Vern, and they are unable to use their items. There's the shield, which allows you to become invincible and run into people to knock them back a little bit. And the smoke bomb, which is extremely common, and I actually think there's not many uses for this thing, so use it how you will, just to use it to confuse people or on pathways. I think that might be it. If I'm forgetting anything, editing, Bryce, put it on the screen real quick. Thank you. So, basically just get to the end. There'll be wind traps, there'll be everything, pits, trampolines, you know, I've already said all that stuff. There'll be everything at the end to prevent you from trying to get to the end, and just make it to the end. Do your best, and here, I got a little secret for you. If you're tired of waiting for the invisible staircase at the missile version of this map, I want you to just go around the corner, and there's a nice trampoline right behind there. You can just jump up there, and then just jump into the goal line. Like, I don't see many people doing this, which is good because I want people to not know how to do this more often, so I can do this more often. Let me get in the goal. I need to get in there. Then for the second set of games, we have two different games that are both team-based. The first one is Gold Brick Hoarder, or as I like to call it, Greed. This minigame is very simple. You're divided into 3 teams, and just be the most money-hungry team imaginable. You have to aim for first or second place. Last place will get booted out of the existence. When the first boxes hit the ground, you can hit them for more bars of money. You can pick up like 20 at one time and carry them to your own big bubble behind you. Please do not carry them into the small bubble. It does not work like that. And even if you think that it's a good idea to try and put it into a small bubble, it doesn't work like that either, because the enemy will see that you're weak and then come for you and take your gold from you. Now that you got your gold bricks in your nice secure bubble, it's time for the next set of this stage. Now we have the targets of each round. The Owl Cat is an item that allows you to transform into an owl cat, that allows you to get into enemy home bubbles and then just steal as much gold as you want, about like 20 at a time. People who are in first or last will most likely be targeted. So when I said before, when putting the gold in the smaller bubble, that does not matter because the owl cat will come in and just take it for you for free. I don't know why I had this game happen. This is probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I still am upset about this. I think this is one of the main reasons I'm making this video. But back on track. Those who have the owl cat form, you can only move pretty fast. You can't really jump high, and you are just a really big target. Like, there's not much you can really do here besides just carrying a bunch of gold and being able to break into places. So what you can do is that you can jump on the trampoline to kind of just break the ankles of whoever is trying to chase you. But besides that, you're kind of just going off of luck. If you get multiple people on your team in one go, everyone can just go into one target and then just take a bunch, because there's not many times that they can take everyone at one time. So getting everyone into one place would be very beneficial. if you're hit when you're in Owlcat, you'll still have a limit of 3 times that you're hit before you just start dropping everything. And then it leaves you scrambling for the remaining bars like someone who dropped a Happy Meal and is living off the 5-second rule. Like, it's not a nice look to see. But if you ever do get hit and drop it all, just get as much as you can and just run back. Because the people who hit you will also be trying to get as much gold as possible and run back to secure it back. So getting like 7 out of 20 is still a bonus to you, because that's still 7 more to your thing and 7 less that the opponents have. These rounds happen twice, so it's pretty much just try your best to get in there. Also, do not stand right underneath the box, you will get booted out. Take advantage of the other 2 teams fighting to go into a bubble at once to make it harder to grab you. Maybe defend yourself so that the enemy can't get to you. There's a lot of different strategies to do here. And then just make sure that your gold doesn't get taken and you can take other people's gold. But let's just say you've been defending, but you still have a terrible team members and it caused you to be in the last place. Well, there is a reason for that small bubble that you have. And that reason is the Owlcat special. If you're in last place, you get your own versions of the Owlcat. Just for you. No one else can get into this bubble. It's just only for your team, the last place team. So, if the last place team comes in, they'll get the Owlcats. This last round, if you're in the winning lead, try to defend. If you're not in the winning lead, I don't know, man. Because the last team will try and target one of you. If they're coordinated, they'll probably go for the middle one and then just try and get up there, because you still can get second and win. If you tie, I'm pretty sure if you tie, you just lose completely, which I think is extremely funny. So try and get second if it's possible. If not, I'm very sorry. The second minigame on the list is a survival group-based fight where you survive against monsters from all sides in a circle. This is Golem Defense Force. This is my least favorite of the 2, just because it kind of feel like it goes on for so long, even though I think these are exactly timed the same way. I might be wrong. Editing Bryce, please time them. Thank you. When you start the round, you're giving 4 different guns, and I'm about to rank them for you right now. First off, we have the SMG. It's a fast shooting gun that can't aim very well on long range, but it has a lot of bullets, and it shoots pretty fast, and it reloads pretty quickly. So I'll put this at, that's about a B plus right there. The rifle. It shoots a few times with narrow beams that can pierce targets. This is not a good gun because the beams are so narrow when the monsters are very large. Like, I'm pretty sure it has pretty good uses if you're backed up, but I feel like this is like a C- of a gun. This is not very good. The grenade launcher. It shoots 5 times with an AoE blast that does a good amount of damage, but it takes the longest to reload. The reloading part isn't too bad as long as you like stay back a little bit. So I would just put this at like an A- maybe. Like every single time I get this, I'm pretty solid. I have no complaints when I get this. And then we have the best gun that I think is in the game, which is the water shotgun. It has a fast fire rate, it pierces enemies, and does the most damage up close and reloads exceptionally fast. Like, if you got this, you pretty much are set the entire game. Like, you don't need to change your playstyle or whatever you want. You can get close up, far away. You can kind of just play what you want when you have this gun. This gun kind of goes in S tier. Drop the kinda, actually. This gun is an S tier out of all 4. Like, if the shotgun was in Dust Loops, I'm pretty sure it would have all those benefits, and then, like, one con that says probably not enough bullets or something. Like, I have no idea what the downside for this thing is. You're pretty good when you got this weapon. And before you think about it or type it, you do not get to choose the gun. And no, the cutouts that you pick, that you roll from the banner, does not change which gun that you get. You're just unlucky that you got the SMG 5 times in a row. That's not your fault. It's not your fault. Monsters will come in different varieties depending on the 3 rounds. There's golems for the first round, golems and owlcats for the second round, and then for the third round, we have golems, owlcats, and clay golems. All of these monsters have a chance of dropping items that can make things easier for you. like a healing circle, which can heal up to your last 2 hearts, or movement up, which allows you to move across the stage pretty fast and jump extremely high. There's the attack boost, which allows you to do a major damage to enemies and can also help people in a group, so it can be a true team activity. I mean, just look at the damage that we're doing as a group. This is disgusting. This monster didn't stand a chance. But knowing all of these parts, I forgot to mention the danger alerts, which signal the climax of the 3 rounds. The first one is the golem wall, which isn't really scary or bad. You can literally just defeat one and then not worry about the rest. You can play hole in the wall if you defeat one, but defeating them all also doesn't really give you any bonuses. You can literally just let them keep walking if you want. It doesn't kick you out if you fail to defeat it. The second round is where you have to fight a big owl cat. This one is actually a little annoying because the regular owl cats can still launch at you, while the big owl cat is now trying to corner you. So you have to like try and position yourself to get out of the way. Or if you have like a few grenade launchers and shotguns with attack boosts, you can just kill the boss pretty easily and then not have to worry about it. The third round, you have a huge clay golem. But instead of exploding, it slams down the floor, causing anyone who's just standing there to get stunned. Don't worry, you can't get crushed by this. It just knocks you out a bit. This causes a problem, because the minor monsters can still hurt you while you're stunned. But I found a revolutionary trick that can save lives, do your taxes, and make you a 5-star meal. Just from this simple trick. Golems hate it. Doctors recommend it. It's called jumping. Yeah, if you just simply play jump rope with this giant, you don't have to worry about the stun and even get out of the way of enemies. Unlike the other danger alerts, this giant cannot be killed, so you just have to play along with it. And like that, you have survived the game. If you're running low on health on the last round, go around and hunt enemies for a chance for them to drop healing circles. And then just kinda survive. Now that you've had and met amazing teammates that help carry you through this round, or you got by on sheer luck, it's time to throw them all into the void because you're here to win. I do not care about randoms. Get them out of my face. There are 3 different rounds that you can play to win to go for the gold. There's the final Rising Royale. There's Blast King, where the objective is to not fall off. And then there's Beam Bouncers, which is the same as Blast King, but now there's lasers. First, we'll talk about the final Rising Royale. It's a straightforward shot, but instead of waiting or crown control type of things, you can kind of just steam through it if you're very lucky. Both walls have paths behind them. The elevators move a lot faster. There's not any joke routes or secondary routes. It is just get to the end as fast as you can. You also now have access to Bahamut, which I'm pretty sure only happens when you're last, like Mario Kart rules. And even if you don't get first, like you see someone pass the line already, just get as fast as possible. Because if you're top 10, you still get bonus points. So it's still pretty good to be there. Blast King is about Beelzebub lifting weights as he throws bombs at you with crumbling platforms beneath you. The bombs range from different sizes and times and are only awakened when you slap them, or if they just feel like waking up when they hit the ground. Meaning, if another bomb touches them, they can also wake up. So if you're in a good spot, you can just slap some to your near opponent and just play billiards, and now it's all their problem now. Items also spawn on this stage to help you out a bit, and at certain points, the stage will begin to crumble. You have 5 seconds before the platform disappears below you, so try your best to stay out of range. At the very end, the bombs will get more frequent and the floors will crumble way more until there's only 1 spot left. After that, it becomes a free fall, and the highest will be the winner. But here's a rare trick. See if you can get blown upwards and then just win. But most times that doesn't really happen, so it will just end up being put to luck. Last, we have Beam Bouncers, which is the same thing as Blast King, but now you're in a Monopoly looking stage and you have RoboCat beams to bounce you. Yeah, it's pretty much that. You're just playing jump rope in the same fashion as Blast King. Like the stage will crumble, there's items there. Like it's very straightforward, but the only main problem is people. Like the beams themselves, you can, if you get hit by them, you can just dash back into the floor. But people are so annoying. There's been so many times where I get hit by an axe and it sends me to the pearly gates before one piece of floor crumbles. Same as before. Fight to the end and then pray. Time to jump if you must. But other than that, I don't really think it's that much. That's all to it. It's mostly luck. But if you can avoid bad luck, then you can consistently make good placements until you're standing at the top, looking down at all the countless names before you that's failed in comparison to your greatness. Or almost so bad that you end up not clearing the first stage. So I would recommend getting this game. Not just because of this, Like, even if you don't want to pay for the game for $50 for this game, there's also a free version which allows you to play this game, the game that I just talked about. The only difference is that you have Granbruise loan on you at all times.
Do you notice me? Do you notice me?
But you still get to play like the fighting game. You get to go online against people. You get to do the training mode. Like, this is just a very good fighting game in general. Like, I talked about the Fall Guys of it, but I really do just like the game. And I recommend that if you like fighting games or just want to try out this Fall Guys game, I would say just recommend to play the free version. It's right there. You get rotating characters pretty much, and it's pretty solid. Like, but that's all for me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey everyone, this is Bryce. Sorry that this took so long for a video. It got corrupted, and then this has been like a really busy January. Like, this is supposed to come out in the beginning of January, and now it's like February 5th. So the things got corrupted. I started a new semester in college, and I've been having fun doing all of that, doing stuff for my clubs and everything. I went and saw the Gurren Lagann movie. I got sick for a point of time this month. It's been a very long month, really, but I've been enjoying like making this video regardless, besides all of that. And for those who've watched the video, and if you have like different ideas that you would want me to talk about, you can post it in the comments, and then hopefully that will help educate those who probably click this video just to like learn how to know what they're getting into. So if you post something in the comments, that'll be pretty good to like have a learning experience for everyone. This is just what this video was. I'm not a god over here. I'm not like super big brained when it comes to this. I just like messing around, and I saw people fumbling, so I was like, you know what, I'll help you out. And for those who are waiting for the Dragalia video, I am still working on that. It is hopefully it's gonna come out like in the beginning of next month, because I'm gonna like start breaking everything up into like pieces, so that so I don't burn myself out, and everyone can enjoy like the story in like good chunks, rather than a quick 40-minute video or something that's probably gonna burn me out, and probably everyone's not gonna really want to watch all of that. So like some short episodes, maybe like 20-minute episodes or something. I just keep making 20-minute videos. It's crazy. But yeah, stuff is still gonna come. And also Persona 3 Reload came out, so I'm gonna make an edit for that soon. It won't take as long as this. It's nothing that crazy. But thank you all for watching it, and I hope you enjoyed my clean run in the background right here as I moved on the final Rising Royale. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you.